गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः अनादिकालाद्राम मात्र बंधो नास्तेव कस्यचित् जड़ात्म भ्रांति मुसृज्य कोयम मंदो विचारय. From here, a seeker begins his journey. But the question is, who is a seeker? Seeker is the one who has started working on his or on her mind. We have started working on the mind. Enough of everything else. What is everything else? This world, then possessions and relations. Because of the world, possessions and relations, till date, you can never be at peace with. First step. Then we start working on the mind. This is what is said in the Kundalini Yoga, that we begin from the Mooladhar, Swadhisthana, Manipur. We rise above the three chakras. Rising above the three chakras means what? Mooladhar means we are caught up in body identification. It is at the base of the spine. Then Swadhisthana means because we are identified with the body, therefore desires will not stop. Identification with the body is a sense of incompleteness. Wherever there is incompleteness, we want to be complete, therefore desires. And desires have no end, therefore greed. So the greed is the Manipur chakra, desire is the Swadhisthana chakra, and the Dehatma Bhav, identification with the body, is the Mooladhar chakra. We have to rise above these three. Where from we begin? We begin from the Mooladhar. Now the question is, how do we know whether we are on the right track, whether we are working on this? How do you know to what extent our body identification is loosened and being dropped? How do you know? To whom will you ask? Should we go and ask somebody who is already buried in body? He will tell you, Chodo yaar, it's okay, it doesn't matter. See? How do we know? So the only symptom is this waking world and possessions, they will stop bothering us. ऊपर बैठो, मुझे ठंडा लग रहा है. So the possessions and the waking world will reduce its impact on us. It won't bother us that much. Then we have, to that extent, reduce body identification. Now to confirm this, what I said, now just start watching. When we go to sleep, what is the process of going to sleep? The process is only body disidentification. So what we do? We withdraw from the worldly activities. We withdraw from the possessions. You must have seen small children, when they get some toy and they want to go to sleep, so they hold on to the toy and then sleep. And you take from their hand, they'll no, sleep. But when they really sleep, then you take it away. In the same manner, when we are in a process of disidentification, things are getting away, it makes no difference. On the contrary, we want to give it up. This is the first step. Then the net result will be the pressure of desires will be reduced. Now we are all suffering because of not BP but the DP, desire pressure. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this. There is no end to that. There is no end. And these desires are born only because they make us uncomfortable. Any pressure you take, no pressure is comfortable, any pressure. Physical pressure, suppose something is on your head, NRI suitcase, and you are getting down the steps on a railway station in India. That time what is your condition? Suppose you are getting down with your big suitcase and somebody stops and tells you a joke. Will you laugh? You will kick him. Because you are already suffering because of the burden on the head. His physical burden makes us miserable. That pressure is killing us. Second is physiological pressure. Physiological pressure is you are sitting in the midst of everything, the theme is so deep, everybody is calm and quiet, and suddenly one person gets up and kicks everybody and slowly walks out, and others are disturbed. Why this fellow is going like this? He is not suddenly going. He has reached the level of intolerance. Now he cannot anymore tolerate the BP. That BP is the bladder pressure. So he has to get up, see, and go. सामने बैठो महाराज, ठंडा है वहाँ पैर में. So he will be uncomfortable because of that physiological pressure. Now the third one is the pressure because of the identification, desire pressure. So when the desire is there, it's a big pressure on our mind. So when the desire is fulfilled, pressure is removed. But what happens? One desire is fulfilled, second is standing in a queue. You fulfill the second desire, third is standing in a queue. There is no end. That no end for the desire fulfillment is called as Manipur Chakra or the greed. So unless we rise above these three chakras, we have not come to Anahat Chakra. In Anahat Chakra, we start working on our mind. See? And it is unlike this Vipassana. It is unlike the yoga. Simply keep on watching the breathing, keep on watching the breathing. No. We have to find out what is this mind? What is the meaning of control of the mind? See? Now start working. Then we come to know mind is an interaction between two shades of thoughts. One shade is the I thought, other shade is the not I thought. The I thought is one, and the not I thoughts are many. Not I's are always many. Like he is there one, he is there two, he is there three, he is there four, many. And to all of them, I know I is one. See? Next step. The more not I thoughts are entertained, the I thought becomes fat. See? Therefore, old people have got a very fat I thought. I was here, I was there. I had done this thing, I had done that thing. I was in Fiji, I was in Fuji. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Nikal jao na, get out of it. See? So many not I thoughts. And because of that, the I thought is very strong. And the symptoms of the I thought is small little things are enough to disturb. In a place we had a satsang in Mumbai, and very big crowd in a big hall, maybe about 2,000 or so. And it was the society function, so about 4 or 5 buildings. Each building they had about 400 or 500 people, huge crowd. And everybody was supposed to come. So all the age groups were there. And the oldies were right in the front. So when lecture was going on, one child, maybe about 4 years or 3 years, he came in between and was climbing the steps of the stage on the one side, left side. And when he climbed the steps, he was so proud of his achievement. He looked at everybody. See, now I can climb the steps. But he could not get down. Again he sat down, and like a snake, slowly he came down. And again he was climbing of his own, not taking support. When he climbed those 4 or 5 steps, he was again proud. No, I can climb. When this was going on, there was no oldie like any one of us. Got angry. Hey, don't do that, get away, disturbing everybody. Then I told him, I said, uncle, why are you scolding him? Are you jealous? There are steps here also. You climb. See, friends, small little things are enough to disturb a person who has got a very strong eye. See, my friends, body disidentification means this. And why this I becomes strong? Because carrying everything with relation to body throughout life. And the children have carried the burden only for a few years, 4, 5, 6 years. Therefore not much burden. Therefore children will come and fight with you next time. They will forget also and then want again, give me chocolate. See? Therefore, what is mind? Mind is the I thought carrying the burden of not I thoughts, and not I thoughts include possessions and relations, achievements and failures, friends and enemies. This is the not I. And when a particular thing is bothering me, and that bothering is, I want a cup of tea. It's a big pressure, frustration. Then I get a cup of tea. Then I want a cup of tea, that want is fulfilled. The pressure of that particular desire is gone, and I am happy. And my conclusion is, I got happiness from the cup of tea, because when I did not have, I was miserable. This is the wrong conclusion. The right conclusion is, disturbed mind is misery, undisturbed mind is happiness. Once this is understood, then we will come to know mind is nothing but entertainment of not I thoughts by the I thought, and I thought is one. So what will be now your real spiritual practice? Starve the I thought with reference to the not I thought. When this I thought is starved, no more entertaining things and beings. The I thought has nothing to eat, it will start becoming thin. Don't we do dieting to reduce the fat? Here also, dieting. But there and here the difference is there. In case of your body dieting, you stop eating. And here, in case of the spiritual dieting, start eating. Die eating. You consume everything. No more not I thoughts are entertained. And as we stop getting involved too much in the not I themes, to that extent, the I thought will become thinner and thinner, thinner and thinner. And therefore, wise people do not talk about their past, do not ask about anybody's past, do not boast, I am here, I am there. Because not I is already dropped. And when this process goes on, then when the not I thoughts reach a level of zero, I thought drops the thought aspect and thought-free I remains. I am man, I am woman, I am husband, I am wife, I am rich, I am poor, I am sannyasi, I am brahmachari. These are I thoughts. I am is not a thought. Thoughts are subject to change. Not I. I am is not subject to change. This is how we start working on the mind. And this working on the mind is achieved through two techniques, which I told so many times. Before talking to others on any topic, ask a question to yourself, is it necessary to talk? And do commode yoga. I told you yesterday commode yoga. Do that commode yoga. You must have seen small children when they go and sit for their potty, or in villages they go outside, sit there, and then they are playing, they are singing. They are not worried about doing the things. And people, hey, come on, get up now. Like the people, the children are busy, we do the same thing. We sit there and go worrying about it. When somebody knocks on our house, get up, get up. Therefore, try. The moment you land, now your yoga begins. Till job is done, you are not going to talk to yourself. See? Be attentive. By this, you know what happens? The momentum of thoughts, which was picked up by the mind, that momentum is arrested. Thoughts do not disturb us. It is the momentum of thought which disturbs us. If the river is flowing smooth, slow, in its own pace, and you jump into that river, you will be enjoying the swim. But if the river is having tremendous forcible movement of the water, so water is not disturbing, it is the force of the water. Similarly, thoughts don't disturb us. It is the momentum of thoughts which is gathered by the mind. See, friends, therefore, we have to arrest this thought flow. We have to arrest this momentum gathered by the mind. And this is possible. For that, we are told a second technique. The technique is that of chanting Lord's name. The difference between these two, any theme we take for thinking, that thinking process breeds the next thought. I want a cup of tea. Next thought. Where it is available? Next thought. Should I start the kettle for heating the water? Next thought. Where is the water? Should I take the tap water? Is it potable or not? Where is the bottled water? Anyway, I'll try this thing. But there is no tea seen anywhere. I don't know why these people don't keep. See, one after another. Now, another thought you take. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. I want a cup of tea is also a thought. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram is also a thought. The difference is, thoughts pertaining to the finite, they breed the next generation. And the thoughts pertaining to the infinite, Paramatma, Bhagavan, they are complete in itself. Therefore, next thought is not required. See? This chanting Lord's name is like a speed breaker. When the road is straight and no possibility of anything coming in between, miles together you go straight. After some time, the lullaby effect comes. But there is no activity happening. They put it also on cruise. Sit down. See? Then to wake us up, in between, there are speed breakers. Exactly the same way. We are carried away by the momentum of thought. We are not even aware. And in between speed breaker, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. See, this is how we have to work on our mind. And when we thus start this process, the net result will be less not our themes are entertained. To that extent, our body disidentification has progressed. First step. Second step. It is only after body identification that somebody is born. Mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. And this is another basic thing to know. Every thought has in its root somebody. Without somebody, thoughts cannot erupt. See, if be attentive, if we take a mango seed and put it in the soil, the tree will come out. What we call that? Do we call it as a tree of land or tree of mango? Mango is the seed. Seed is always that of Purusha, not Prakriti. It is a seed grows. Prakriti doesn't grow. Prakriti only has Vikruti. The seed grows. See? Exactly the same way. Mind is Prakriti. In mind there is no problem. It is because of the mind only we can experience everything happening. No problem. But because of the seed of body identification, somebody is born. So that somebody is a seed. Now there's somebody sown in the soil of mind starts sprouting a tree of Mr. Somebody. Mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. And after that, there is no end to the branching of thought process. And when there is no somebody, as in deep sleep or as in dream, no thoughts. So how the somebody is born? After body identification. So to that extent, we have reduced our body identification. To that extent, the clutter of bodies inside will be reduced. Now we are not one inside. We are a big poultry farm. And wherever there is a poultry farm, there is noise. Cock, 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 going on. You will see these old grandparents. They have got 3-4 children. They have got their wives. They have got their children. And his grandparents, they are in their poultry farm. Now, Swamiji, that son, his wife is like that, the children are like that. That son, Hare Ram Ram, caw, 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 caw. Enough, yaar, you have done your job, now let them suffer, you enjoy. But is it not our duty to tell them your duty towards yourself also, not only for others? See, our duty towards ourselves is in this very life. The Divine must express through us in His full glory. That is the goal. See? Therefore, when this process is done, slowly, slowly, understanding will come. And understanding will be of two types. First, whatever we are thinking, it is a bondage. It is not a bondage. When we can see with our eyes, is it a bondage? When we can hear with our ears, is it a bondage? So when we can think with the mind, how it can be a bondage? No. Chitta vritti nirodha. Don't think. You may say don't think, but the mind keeps on thinking. See, my friends, therefore, educate the mind. With this education, the moment the thoughts come, you pinpoint to whom the thoughts have come. Then we will come to know the thoughts have come to somebody. Then remind yourself, look here, now I am doing spiritual practice, therefore the first thing is we should attain a status of nobody. So start playing as long as possible, you are nobody. When you are driving the car, you watch how many thoughts go on. You start with the small doses. When you are sitting on the commode, you are nobody. Is it not? Who are we there? Is it the mother going for the toilet, or is the father going, or the father-in-law, or the mother-in-law, or the brother, or a rich, or a poor, or a Swami, or a sannyasi? Who is going there? Nobody. Think. Start. Where you are climbing the steps, that time. While climbing steps, I am nobody. While driving the car, I am nobody. Slowly, slowly increase the quota of nobody. When we sit for meditation, nobody. then we come to know that the one bondage which we are carrying on our head really doesn't exist. Bondage is an illusion. We only imagine, I am miserable, I am unfortunate. If you have to think, why don't you think positively? You are divine. But all the time the same negative thinking. So, bondage is an illusion. Attachment is an illusion. We are neither bound nor we are attached to anything or anybody in life. It's a wrong notion. See? Between the two, when one person dies in the old age, the one who is living, see their dialogues. Oh, without him or without her, I cannot live. Why you are gone? Now I cannot live. So the other people, they say, thank God he is also going. But doesn't go afterwards. Then they say, you said, when your wife died that you can't live without her, you will die. But now 10 years have passed. What happened? Nobody is attached to anything. In one place I saw, it is impossible to believe. One couple, old, now no, both of them are not there, and they were known for their love. Although they were 70, 72 like that, and yet they used to take food in one plate. See? I don't know whether they are sharing their teeth or what. हो सकता है. Now you eat. Old age love is like that only. Sharing. And that man had some, gangrene, his leg was cut and she was serving him and doing everything. Love, love, love. And one day he died. According to their tradition, if the son is not nearby, the wife has to keep the head of that dead man in her lap, and then the Panditji will be doing the puja, whatever it is. She refused. She said, no, I don't. And she even did not look at him. The dead body was lying there. And she went to the other room. And could you believe what she did? She told her, I am very hungry, get me food. And everybody was surprised. This lady is so much attached. Without him, she will not do anything. Now she's dead, and next room, give me food, I am very hungry. And now they were surprised. She became angry. Why are you not giving me food? Others were feeling awkward. The dead body is in the next room and you want to eat food immediately after his death or what? So, she was given food. Then, you are not giving me achar? इसमें नमक कम है. Give me some salt. And green chili? अरे यार वो वहाँ मरा है. See friends, attachment, bondage has no value. We cheat ourselves by telling that I am attached to something or somebody. Nobody is attached to anything in this world. Because attachment is not our essential nature. This example also I give you so many times. Vision is not attached to the colors and forms. Ears are not attached to any sound. Mind is not attached to any thought. Consciousness is not attached to waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. Where is attachment? Therefore, bondage is the first mistake. There is no bondage. If there is no bondage, how can you be liberated? See? See? Therefore, when you say, bandhasya satyata buddhi, but when we take this, no, I am unfortunate, I am miserable, nobody can help you. You are not unfortunate. You are not miserable. You are divine. Insist. See, friends, it's only in our mind we are go imagining. And the second thing is, manasaha astitva nishchayaha. And the mind is real. Where is the mind? One elderly man asked me this question. Swami, you always talk about mind. I am not able to understand what exactly the mind is. I said, okay, I'll ask you questions, you reply in your mind. Don't answer me. And then when I say, then you answer me. 2 plus 2. I said, don't tell me, keep in your mind. Done? Yeah. 4 plus 4. Done? Yes. Then I asked him, 8 minus 8, how much? He said 6. I said, thank you. I said, I am defeated. Now tell me, how can you talk to such a person? Everything is happening in the mind and you say, what is mind? Where is the mind? I can't see the mind. See, friends. Therefore, this mind is and the bondage is real. Other than these two, there is no samsara. See? Why the children don't have samsara? Because they don't have these two things. It's so simple. So, bandhasya satyata buddhi manasaha astitva nishchayaha etad dvayamrute nasti bandhaha kasyapi kutrachit. Other than these two, there is no bondage to anybody, anywhere in this world. We have to get rid of this wrong notion. So, yavad etad dvayamalam sadvichara mahajalaihi non marjitam tavadiha tasya samsara nashanam aham va brahmadevo va vishnur va pi shankaraha vidyatmika va tripura naiva shakta katanchana. So, till such time, this yavad etad dvayamalam, these two impurities, they are washed away by what? Sadvichara mahajalaihi. They are washed away by the waters of proper understanding. Till then, non marjitam yavat iha samsara nashanam. There is no possibility or the way to get out of the samsara. You may do anything. Bhagavan Shankara, when he says, Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Vrata Paripalanam Thavadanam, it's okay, do all that. And that is not the ultimate. It's only means. Be vigilant about the mind. Be alert about the tricks of the mind. Let the mind be quiet. And one day, by God's grace, this wisdom sprouts. Then every thought has somebody at the root. And somebody is born after body identification. Therefore, a real spiritual practice is first freedom from body identification. Whether other things you do or don't worry about it. But how we worry? For us, spirituality means what? One place they told me, Swamiji, please talk on, vegetarian food, not non-vegetarian and all that. I said, then you talk, I'll also listen. No, you talk, people will listen to you. I said, they will listen to me what I talk, not what you talk. And I will talk whatever I had to talk. I am not a puppet to talk what you tell me. Then the same topic. I said, look here, about food. Very simple rules. Don't get lost in sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. These people who a little bit listen here and there, and suddenly they become spiritual in their expression. My husband is very tamasic, he doesn't get up early in the morning. But my daughter-in-law is very rajasic, all the time shouting. I am too sattvic. useless. See, that is not the choice. Similarly about the food. Like when I take food, so I ask, hey, papad lao, achar, get the chilies, it is so insipid. Swamiji, normally Mahatmas don't take, these things because he is Rajasic. Therefore we are asking, do you take onion, garlic and all that? So, therefore we are asking. I said, look here, fault is yours, not mine. Why? You label me as a Mahatma and then want me to behave the way you want. Remove the label. Let me remain as a human being. See? And then we get lost in that. Whole life is lost in that. Therefore, be yourself without becoming anybody. And anybody we become only after body identification. And after that, struggle to prove something to somebody. And then about food. We should take only sattvic food. We should take only organic food. Don't take plastics. Don't eat stones. Okay? Inorganic you should not eat. You should eat only organic food. Is there any inorganic food in this world? Food is always organic. See, whole life goes only in that. Then I told them, I said, look here, about food. I am not against any food. If you are against it, it's your problem, not my problem. Only one principle. Before taking food, don't think about food. While taking food, enjoy every bite that you eat. After the food is over, don't think again about food. That's it. But all the time, you are taking breakfast, instead of enjoying the breakfast, lunch के लिए क्या बनाए तुम्हारा सर? वो खाली है. While taking the lunch, you don't enjoy that lunch. Again you think about, evening coffee, उसके साथ क्या बनेगा? गरम गरम पकोड़े बना. While you are taking pakodas, that time you are not enjoying that. Dinner में खिचड़ी बना. अरे यार, whole day thinking about food. There is something better in this world. Similarly, vegetarian, non-vegetarian. As long as they don't eat you, it's okay. Don't bother what others are eating. See, friends, this is how the mind becomes very violent and we suffer because of that. Therefore, non marjitam yavad tasya samsara nashanam. So we have to see how the thoughts are bred by our wrong interaction with the world. And to such a person, aham va brahmadevo va vishnur va piti shankaraha vidyatmika va tripura naina shakta kadanchana. Whether I, Dattatreya Bhagavan, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu and Tripura Devi, even if they come and tell, he cannot be liberated from the samsara. Therefore, these two things. One is, we take the bondage to be real, and second thing, we take the mind is really existing. Mind doesn't exist. Mind is only an appearance. To understand this example which I am giving you again and again. Sunlight is dark. Therefore, we cannot see the sunlight. What we see is the daylight. Daylight is not real. It is reflected light. And for reflection to happen, there has to be something to reflect upon. Between the sun and our earth, in between, because there is nothing, you see the dark sky. Because sunlight is dark. Now the same sunlight, when it lands on the moon, moonlight comes. So sunlight is real or moonlight is real? The sunlight. No, sunlight is also not real. Sunlight is dark light. So, what we do, reflected light or the daylight, we have started accepting as sunlight. Daylight is not sunlight. Now apply the same principle. Pure consciousness is beyond Jada Chetana, beyond sentiency and inertness. The same pure conscious existence expressing through a conditioning and reflecting as life or no life. This is because of the conditioning, not because of the consciousness. Like electricity expressing through the bulb will give light. Electricity expressing through the heater will not give light. So the difference is on account of the conditioning, not in electricity. In the same manner, pure conscious existence is beyond the sentient and inert. The Chetana, the Jada. And after the Chetana, then the Chetana further expresses as mind. And the mind further expresses as the vision. And the vision further expresses as the objects. Then start going back. Drop the objects, come to the vision. Drop the vision, come to the mind. Is it not our experience? When we are not seeing any object, is there any loss to the vision? When we close our eyes, is there any loss to the mind? When the mind is kept to sleep, is there any loss to the Chetana, the life? And when the life departs, who has lost what? When the bulb becomes fused, what is lost? Is electricity lost? Is the light in other bulb has gone? When I die here, is the life in you will depart? Principle of life will continue always. See? Therefore, you have very specifically said, unless these two things are taken care of, anybody may come and try to teach you, you will never attain. Therefore, tasmad Rama dvaya etat parityajya sukhi bhava. So what is now the ultimate spiritual practice? Dvaya etat. It's two of them. Give up the notion that you are in bondage. You are not, you are divine. For that, discover new techniques every day. And you can discover. If you simply sit down, whichever way, and start playing what it is like being other than the body. Now this is the Mahamantra. What it is like being other than the body. So what we are doing? We are giving the mind a theme which is unlike body. Then the mind will start searching. What is unlike body? Okay, body has a shape. Unlike body means that which is shapeless, formless. So what is shapeless, formless? It is the space. So make the mind space as the object of knowledge. Forms are many, formless is one. When the mind doesn't have one followed by two, the mind dissolves. Because sequence is not established. Sequential knowledge is mind, knowledge without sequence is consciousness. All efforts will slowly die away. Body will be totally dropped from the mind. And therefore, too much of pulling inside and creating further illusions by the mind, seeing the light, hearing the sounds, feeling something creeping upwards in the spine. All these tricks of the mind will disappear. Just play this. What it is like being other than space. Second thing, these are few examples I am giving. Discover your own. The space doesn't have beginning, middle, modification and end. Is it not our experience? We have no experience of birth, growth, modifications and death. This unborn, formless, unmodifying, unending presence is our essential nature. You can experience how clearly effortless you are. There is no struggle. The space supports everything, opposes nothing, and doesn't get influenced by anything. So is it not our experience? We support the waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi, oppose nothing, but don't get influenced by anything. Waking has come and gone, dream has come and gone. who is in bondage and where is the mind. Both these non-existing illusions, when we take them to be real, samsara begins. They have no existence, no validity whatsoever. Tasmad Rama nirvikalparupe manasi samsrite atma matratva tasya dvaitam na parishishyate. Therefore, nirvikalparupe manasi, do not give the mind any vikalpa, any options. Because we are not optional. We don't have option whether I am or I am not. Everything has option. I understand, I don't understand. I like, I don't like. Now it is day, it is not night. Now this is Australia, not India. This is 2008, not 1947. Options. But there is no option. Whether I am or I am not. That understanding is called as Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Nirvikalpa Samadhi is not only sitting like a stone. No. That is Jada Samadhi. Shushka Vrukshavat. No. Therefore, Tasmad Rama Nirvikalpa Rupe Manasi Samsthite Atma Matratva Taha. Then one is only absolute conscious blissful existence. Tasya Dvaitam na parishishyate. The ultimate is what? He is not left with any duality. Wherever there is duality, samsara begins. Dvitiyatmai bhayam bhavati. Wherever there is sense of otherness, fear begins. Therefore, idam taditi rupena bhasanan anyamanaha idam adi parityage manasatmaiva shishyate. Now what is the mind? Idam tad iti rupena. Whenever there is a sense of this and that in the mind. This and that means what? Anatma bhav, the sense of not I-ness. Idam vastu, this object. Tad vastu, that object. So near and far, this object, that object. The knowledge containing an element of not I factor, that knowledge is called as mind. In the deep sleep, this and that has gone, time has gone, place has gone, but we are still there. Therefore, idam tadadirupena bhasananyanya manonahi idam adi parityage manasa atmaiva shishyate. Then what remains is only the self. And see the beauty. Whether we know or we don't know, the self is. Whether we want or we don't want, we are divine. We are not telling you that you are a sinner. You have done this thing, yes, you go to hell. No, that is a baby thing. So, Rajju Sarpa Paribhranti Satya Bhimata Vastuni Rajju Rupehi Sarpasya Bhasaniti Vinishchaya. When we mistake the rope to be a snake, be attentive. And in our day-to-day life, we have taken the snake to be real. And therefore, the mistaking of the rope for the snake also becomes real. See? So, whatever we have given importance to in this world, that alone starts becoming real for us. For example, now I have not married. So for me, what is the meaning of a wife? I can never understand. And when people say that I am very troubled because of my wife, I don't understand it. How can you be disturbed? Because a wife as an object I have never experienced. Similarly, when we take the snake in the day-to-day life as real, and thereafter the rope is mistaken for a snake, then what we'll do? We'll take that mistaken rope as a snake as real. See? Therefore, Rajju Sarpa Paribhranti Satya Abhimata Vastuni. Because we have taken the snake to be real in the day-to-day life, therefore the illusion is also taken to be right. Therefore, Rajju Rupehi Sarpasya Bhasini Vinishchayaha. Then, Tatra Sarpasya Badhopi Rajvavalamana Hetutaha. Then, there the snake is denied, it is deleted. Why? Because Rajju Alambana Hetutaha. Because at the substratum of the illusion of the snake there is a rope. Then Chidrupatmanaha Anyatu Rajju Jnanam Sitam Bhaved. And then what we take? It is a rope. But actually rope is also an illusion on the consciousness. If there is no mind, there is no otherness. When there is no otherness, where is the snake and where is the rope? See. In this manner, Sapi Rajju Shiti Yada Swapna Drishtanta Kalpita Rajju Badehita Jnanam Katham Shishyate Kimashrayat. Therefore, this Rajju also Chiti is pure consciousness. Tada Yada Swapna Drishtanta Kalpita. Like, we take the example of the snake, that everything is only the consciousness. In the same manner, this rope which we have seen as a snake, so snake is an illusion, rope is an illusion, you are the reality. Then Rajjubhadehi Tajnanam. So when the rope is also rejected as only appearance in pure consciousness, everything disappears. Only we alone remain. This is the only way. Nanya Pantha Vidyate Yanaya. Now here it is said, therefore said, Tasma Drushasya Bhadetu Tejnanam Kevala Hidru Chidatmanam Adiriktatva Dvaitam Tena Katham Bhaved. Now this second topic we'll see in tomorrow's class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.